There is a lot of fake news about Meta ads for music promotion, and you might be spreading it too. I'm going to address 3 very big myths using this campaign that promoted this song to over 330,000 streams in just 7 months. And at the end of the video, I will tell you how to avoid the traps that create these myths in the first place. Starting with myth number 1. When you stop promoting the music with the ads, the streams go away. This is a graph showing our ad spend for this song. We ran a $500 campaign when the song came out, waited about a month and a half, and then ran a second campaign for $1,000. That second campaign ended on April 29. We can verify this on Spotify for Artists because on April 29, the saves for the song dropped. And we can see that the saves are at their highest during the first campaign and the second campaign here. But if we look at the streams, starting April 29th, we actually get more streams the next couple of months than we did when the campaign was on. And we just had our biggest streaming day for this song ever this Monday with over 6,000 streams just in one day alone on Spotify. The question is, why do we still get all of these streams after the campaign is over? Well, there's a ton of saves and playlist ads, so people are listening to the song in their own libraries. We can see that 36% of streams happen from listeners' own playlists and library, and 51% happen from Spotify algorithmic playlists. So if we look at the playlists for the last 12 months, we can see Discover Weekly and Radio combined have contributed to a little over 120,000 streams alone. Not to mention all of these other playlists that people have added the song to that are getting repeat listens by those people and maybe even strangers. I consider that myth busted.
Busted it is.
Myth number 2. You have to target sketchy countries in order to get a high volume of streams. Let's consult Meta ads, shall we? Here's a breakdown of all of the countries that converted for this campaign. $1,500 spent, almost 5,000 total conversions. The number 1 country for this campaign was the United States, with 781 conversions. We also have a lot of conversions from Japan, a lot of conversions from Germany, a lot of conversions from France. And we do also have a lot of conversions in Brazil, which is not a sketchy country by any means for music promotion. In fact, it's a very good country for music promotion. It does not pay as well as countries like the United States or Germany, but it still pays very well. And the crazy thing is, even if every single one of our conversions did come from Brazil, which for a lot of our campaigns, they do. That's fine, because the quickest way to get more listeners in tier 1 markets like United States, Canada, Germany, is to promote your music in all of these countries. And that is because the algorithm usually boosts songs in tier 1 markets regardless of where the people from the ads came from. And that's myth number 2 busted.
We've already busted the myth.
Real quick, if you make EDM and you don't want to have to bother with all of these complicated ad campaigns and you don't want to spend money on marketing, well then submit a demo to my record label, Spiration Music, where we do all of that for you. If your demo is accepted, we handle the meta ads and the playlisting so that you can focus on your music. Back to the video. Myth number 3. Running meta ad campaigns for your music is just throwing your money away. This graph shows revenue data for this song from the release date up until May, which is the most recent month that has sales data reported. The song has already made back $879, which is over half of our initial investment. Reporting for May is not complete yet, and we don't even have reporting for June or July. Spotify for Artists, if we look at the streams in June, we've got 76,000 total streams in June alone. I did the math on that. It's going to be about 250 USD in additional revenue. We can do the same thing for July. We can't see the entirety of July, but thanks to the big Discover Weekly boost, which just recently updated the stats for yesterday, it looks like we're going to have another month of 60,000 plus streams on Spotify alone. So we're going to have close to another $200 or so month in revenue. That's going to take the song very close to actually breaking even, and I am excited when a song breaks even in 8 to 12 months after the last campaign was over. This song is over halfway there, and it's only been about 2 months since the last campaign ended. Another thing I'd like to point out is Spotify is the majority of the revenue here, but about a quarter of the revenue did come from YouTube and Apple Music. So these campaigns affect more than just Spotify numbers alone. And the awesome opportunity for the artists here, aside from just making money on the actual streaming of their song, is that they can leverage this to get other opportunities elsewhere. People who listen to their song, if they go to their social media, you can have posts there, you can turn them into fans, you can sell tickets, you can sell merchandise. All of those things have to start with a lot of people hearing your music. And this label artist partnership works really well for that, even if songs do just kind of break even or don't make money in the long run. And that there, folks, is myth number 3.
Busted.
Busted.
But why do these myths exist? And how do you avoid falling into the traps that create these myths in the first place? When it comes to promoting music, people throw out the most basic and common investment and marketing principles that all other industries pay attention to. I hear people say all the time, I did this promotion and it did not work. Therefore, the method does not work. And that's the wrong conclusion to come to. For an ad campaign to be successful, the ad campaign has to be set up flawlessly, which is difficult to do, and I make these videos so that you can get better at that. Also, people need to want the product, the song, that is being advertised. And if people don't like the song in the context they're hearing it in, they're not going to go listen to it on Spotify. And they're certainly not going to repeat listen, and Spotify certainly will not have enough data to then push your song out to a bunch of other new listeners. And the thing is, this is normal. Most songs do not do well commercially. Most athletes do not go pro. Most businesses fail. But why are our expectations so different with our own music?
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
The game that we are playing as advertisers using meta ads to promote music on streaming services is to spend as little money as possible on songs that will not perform well, and as much money as possible on songs that perform very well. If you go into marketing with that mindset, you are very unlikely to fall into the traps and believe the myths that are spread about meta ads for music promotion.